When replacing the blade, first unscrew the two knobs. This removes the tension of the blade against the drive disc. Undo the two lock nuts for the support rollers and loosen the adjustment screws about 1 turn. Now undo the 4 Allen screws that secure the cover and lift off the cover. You can now lift out the blade. We recommend that you always replace the drive disc when changing blades, for example when you are cutting a different material. Press in the rotation catch that is located on the opposite side. Undo the center bolt and remove the drive disc. The blade and drive disc should be treated as a single unit that is paired together for life, so they should be stored together. Each new blade is supplied with a drive disc, since the blade and drive disc normally have the same lifetime. Insert the new blade in the upper engagement roller, then in the drive disc and against the lower engagement roller. Tighten the knobs somewhat to keep the blade securely in place. Fit the cover and tighten the 4 screws. Now unscrew the knobs. Now adjust the rollers against the blade sides. Begin by tightening the lock nuts somewhat. Make a rough adjustment by tightening the adjustment screws until the rollers rotate. Adjust until you can easily stop the roller's rotation using thumb force. Tighten the lock nuts firmly and make a final check of roller adjustment. Finally, tighten the knobs that tension the blade against the drive disc. The machine is now ready for a new job. Every now and again, you should check the adjustment of the rollers, at least after half the blade's lifetime has been reached. This check is carried out as we showed before. First, unscrew the knobs. Check that the support rollers are applying reasonably firm pressure. If the pressure is wrong, undo the lock nut and adjust to the correct pressure, as shown earlier. Then, tighten the lock nut securely. Finish by tightening the knobs. The rollers feature replaceable wear components, and we will show you how to replace them. You can see the engagement rollers on the left and the support rollers on the right. The engagement and support rollers normally last for 4 to 6 blades, and each roller type is replaced in pairs. Check for wear every time you replace blades. The engagement roller has to be replaced when at least 1.5 millimeters or 6/100 of an inch of the flange remains. The roller on the left is new, and the one on the right is worn. Since the engagement rollers have a spring-loaded movable mechanism that presses the blade against the drive disc, it is a good idea to dismantle the entire roller unit for inspection and service. Check that the engagement rollers bear and remove the worn components. Wipe away all grease and dirt. When fitting the new roller, use a new screw with a thread lock. Tighten the screw firmly. Clean the machine's bearing housing as well. Before assembly, the bearing housing must be greased. It is important that the engagement roller's bearing carrier can move freely in the machine so that drive can function properly. Attend to the other engagement roller in the same way. We will now replace the worn components in the support rollers. Worn components are replaced in the same way as for the engagement rollers. The support roller on the left is new. When it no longer has a waist, as shown in the roller on the right, it has to be replaced. Clean and grease the roller's journal. Fit the new roller using a new Allen screw with thread locking, then tighten firmly. The second support roller is replaced in the same way. The new engagement and support rollers have a larger diameter than the worn ones. You must therefore undo the adjustment screws about 4 turns before fitting the cover. Placing the rollers and fitting the blade, you must naturally adjust the rollers as we showed earlier. If you have access to a vise when replacing the rollers, the job will be much easier. The vise should be used to secure the tool, not the rollers. The operator's manual contains more information about the machine and about service actions that are required less frequently. If you follow the instructions we have given you in this video about cutting techniques and maintenance, your ring saw will be an efficient and smoothly functioning tool in your work.